You might be wondering how my recovery is going after 2 surgeries to clear my bladder of stones and to open the center of my prostate so that I can empty my bladder normally. And yes, that's a jet going overhead. I live near the airport. I also live near the railroad tracks. Sometimes you hear a train going by. Well, I'm wondering too. It has been nearly 8 weeks since my surgeries, and nothing has changed, except that I am no longer retaining urine in my bladder because I'm doing self-catheterization several times each day. I am currently working through my second shipment of 30-day supply of disposable catheters. Using catheters isn't difficult. I'd much rather do it myself because I feel like I'm taking care of myself, and more importantly, I don't have that semi-permanent rubber tube inside of me and a hose and a collection bag to carry around with me. If I'm going to be stuck in this pattern for a while, I much prefer the freedom and comfort of self-catheterization. Put that over there. Those two go together. Okay. Another advantage over that Foley catheter thing is that it would become blocked. After about 3 weeks, it had to be removed and a new one inserted. That hurt a lot. With these disposable catheters, there's hardly any discomfort, if any at all, when I insert and remove each catheter. And when I'm done, which only takes a few seconds, they are tossed in the trash and I'm free for several hours. It's so much better and it's easier. If you're facing a TURP or transurethral resection of the prostate, that's what it's called, procedure, and the prospect of dealing with a catheter, you might want to discuss with your doctor the use of disposable catheters you can use yourself. Really, it's made a big difference in my day-to-day routine so far. I can go out to lunch with my friends. I can go shopping, no hose, no bag. I've got one here to show you. Comes in an envelope, a plastic envelope, and it comes closed. It has this plastic sleeve around it, so you never actually touch the catheter. No worries about getting, I wash my hands anyways, but no worries about getting bacteria up inside your urethra. You separate it, there's water inside this plastic, you empty it out to get the water out. There's the part that you insert into the urethra. It's very smooth, very polished. I hardly feel anything at all. And you just keep going up inside, pushing it along by holding it by the sleeve until you finally enter the bladder, and then the urine comes out. At the end, you just close it up, put it back in that envelope that it came in, and toss it in the trash. It's really easy to deal with. Now, as I've said, I'm not done with this prospect yet. I was supposed to see the doctor a few weeks ago, but the morning of my appointment, he was diagnosed with COVID, and so my appointment had to be rescheduled. I had to wait a while longer to see him. Although disappointing at the time because I wanted to see him, I'm thankful he wasn't diagnosed with COVID the day after he saw me. So far, I've avoided the virus. So I am vaccinated, 2 shots, Moderna, and I am double boosted. So I'm not overly concerned. I think I'm protected. I do have an appointment scheduled with the doctor for Tuesday afternoon, which is tomorrow, actually. He'll probably want to scope me with that camera thing they shove up your urethra. I suffered through it once. The pain was horrendous. Even though they inserted some quote-unquote numbing gel, that gel is useless. They might as well have inserted sterile saline for all the good that it does. So if the doctor wants to scope me, wants to do a cystoscopy, I'll never pronounce that right, I'll decline. By the way, many doctors numb their patients before doing a cystoscope. My doctor doesn't, which I think is unconscionable. In these days of modern medicine, there is no excuse for inflicting that kind of pain. And, by the way, the room in which he does the scope thing is the furthest from the patient waiting room. I guess they don't want anyone hearing the screams. If you look up cystoscopy on the internet, the negatives seem to far outweigh any positives. What is the doctor going to see? He told me in advance there might be a problem with scar tissue after the TURP, which would require a second surgery. I know someone that had the same exact problem. So skip the scoping thing. Get me in the operating room, put me under general anesthesia, scope me while I'm out, and then do what needs to be done. Keep me in the hospital overnight, and then send me home the next day. In my case, I believe a cystoscopy is an excuse to charge my insurance for a medical procedure. What is the scope going to reveal that I don't already know? I don't have bladder cancer. The surgeon was in there once already when he removed the bladder stones. The problem is scar tissue. We both know that. So skip the scoping thing and schedule me for the operating room. You might be wondering what I'm doing with all of this paraphernalia, all this equipment. This has nothing to do with my self-catheterization. Especially this thing. Someone sent this as a gift. It's a Lego Aston Martin DB5. I'm going to build this later on. What I'm doing is I'm preparing to make more sausages, although not with this. I want to experiment with Polish sausages. I have some seasoning mix I want to play with. I like making my own sausages. I think they're fun and they're delicious. Depending on how well this next batch comes out, I might put a video on my Mobile Home Gourmet channel on YouTube about making these Polish sausages. What I want to do that's a little different is I want to use the medium grinding plate to grind the meat, and then I want to use the small plate to grind it even finer so it has a finer texture. I did a video recently of another version of Italian sausages, which I haven't published yet on YouTube, this coming Sunday, I think. So there it is. I thought this would be more fun than making sausages. This is the Aston Martin DB5 007 James Bond. If you're wondering what kit this is, it is kit number 76911. Supposedly just came out the beginning of August. So anyway, that's the latest. I wish I had good news to report, but that will probably come later. In the meantime, I'm doing well. I don't like doing the self-catheterization, but I prefer it a lot over that rubber Foley catheter thing being inside of me. So thanks for watching.